Okay.
I already hit it.
Get out of here. Go on, get.
Thanks for the intro, Dad. You got up and walked away after I said that, so that's perfect.
Always. Welcome back to Bourbon Theory. I'm Bill.
I'm Josh.
And it's time for the Big Six, round 2.
The best of the Big Six, Jim Beam edition.
Yep.
So we have Booker's, the Reserves,
2024.
Hardin's Creek, Golden Origins, the 11 year. Knob Creek 18, Old Granddad 16, Little Book the Infinite, and hiding in the back is Baker's 13. So keep in mind, just like the best of Wild Turkey, these are the best bottles of Jim Beam that we own. We did have some other options
in our opinion.
So we have like the Booker's Rye in 2016 and Booker's 30th and stuff like that.
And we've got some old.
Yeah, some old Bookers and some things along those lines. But it's not something that someone could go out and feasibly buy right now.
Yeah. So
we tried to go out and do things that you might actually be able to get your hands on.
Or might actually have
already.
Had.
Yeah.
And the overall premise is that we are going to do this same blind with all the Big Six distilleries. We've already done
Wild Turkey.
So this will be 2. Once we get through the 6, then we will put the best of each 6 against the others and have a final. So there will be 7 total to this series.
A little play on words with the title there.
And we will try to muddle our way through it.
Just suffer our way through tasting all of these bourbons and corn whiskey. Yeah, this might be the only non-bourbon that actually makes the list. But I guess if it's 51% corn, technically it's still bourbon. So
yeah, that's true. Yeah, if it is, it is. Yeah,
still counts. All right, Dan.
Are you aged in the right way?
Yeah. Are you ready to roll?
I'm ready to roll.
Let's get in to Class A. Whew. Boy.
Very sweet.
Mm-hmm. Like big time.
A little bit of spice.
So guys, if you have not subscribed already, I would greatly appreciate it if you would. Hit that notification bell if you want to stay updated on everything we're doing. Leave us a like if you're liking what you're seeing so far.
And here's where that notification bell will come in. Because when we do something like this, these are going to be spaced out.
Yeah.
So if you got that notification bell hit, you'll automatically get notified every time we put something out. So you won't miss as we drop the next one of these.
Leave us a comment because we'd love to talk to you.
And tell your friends because we'd like to talk to them too.
There we go. All right, Dad. Let's see what A has to offer. Whew.
Got some proof.
Got some proof. Got some heat.
Yeah, got some oak.
It's thick. Man,
it is
really thick.
Yeah, very viscous. That oak is a bit tannic.
A little bit, yeah. On the finish, it's getting a little tannic. It's got some nice, like really dark. It's a little faint, but there's some caramel there. Yeah,
I would say faint is a good word here for the flavors.
It is. There's some nuttiness going on.
All right, we're back from a little brief sabbatical there.
Had some dogs scratching at the door. So a little tannic, a little oaky, but first pour of the day. Mm-hmm. So we're going to go back and revisit it and give it its fair shake. Little light on the sweetness, although it was an enjoyable,
it's
oak forward, proofy, thick, viscous pour.
I'm thinking about it. I'm still tasting it.
Yeah.
So
yeah, definitely.
Good finish on it. So let's see what B brings to the table.
Very similar.
Yeah.
On the nose.
A little more nutty.
Yes. Yeah, definitely got more of that Jim Beam peanut to it.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't seem as proofy.
Yeah,
doesn't seem as old.
It does not present as proofy on the nose either as A.
I'm not sure how proofy A was. I just know that it was.
It had some proof to it.
Yeah, a lot more flavor on that one.
So much spice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Got a little bit of fruit there, like a dark fruit.
Mm-hmm. Little bit of.
Doesn't have as much
It's
age
like
on it.
It's like a dark vanilla, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Barrel aged vanilla.
Yeah, I would say this one's not as old as A.
Maybe by a hair. Very similar. This one presents much more spicy.
Yes.
Much more spicy.
Yes, I would agree.
Hmm.
I'm just going to jot a couple of notes.
Alrighty.
All right. Move to C here.
A little lighter as far as the flavor goes. I can't talk today.
As far as the nose goes.
Maybe this might just be a lower proof point.
A lot more sweetness on that one.
Yeah.
A lot more flavor.
Yeah, presents. I keep saying prevents instead of presents. What is wrong with me?
Maybe you could prevent that.
I think it might be a little lower proof than the others.
Yeah, I think it's still got some age on it.
Yeah, it definitely has some age. Definitely has that oak. It's still got that yeasty peanut note, but this one certainly has some rich caramel to it.
It's got some age on it. It's coming through.
Yeah. It's lighter on the spice than B was, but still spicy.
It's not as tannic as A or B have been either.
Yeah. Which leads me to believe that it's been proofed a little bit.
Well, it also leads me to believe it's a bit younger.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah.
So,
So it's 100, 101, 107. What is the proof on this one? 106. Then that Booker's.
this one is 126.
This is 119.
123.9.
So I'd say, if I had to guess, probably looking at one of these three for C, and I might be leaning towards the OGD.
And I was thinking of this one for A.
Really? I didn't get. Oh, for A? Oh, were you pointing at this or this?
Yeah, this one.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Let's see about D.
Yeah, let's give her a go. Now that might be the lightest nose.
Oh, but it's a good one though.
Yeah, it is.
That's my favorite.
That's a ton
nose.
of vanilla.
That's my favorite nose so far.
That is vanilla extract.
I'm not getting the nutty on this one.
Mm-mm.
And there was one of these as we were reviewing, I remember didn't come through as nutty.
I believe it's this one.
I was actually thinking it was the OGD.
This is so light on the nose.
It is.
A little astringent.
A little bit, yeah.
That vanilla note does not follow through very, very much on the palate.
More spice.
It's a little bland.
Yeah, then that spice could be oak.
Yeah, that one's a little bland.
Because the youngest thing on the table is probably this one at 7-ish years. No, that's got a lot of older.
Yeah, that's got a blend. Both of these are blends. So the youngest whiskey.
The youngest in this one is 8 years, 2 months, and 12 days.
Yeah. And then this is, I don't know if this one's stated or not.
It's so much stuff.
It might be in here. So who knows? We're not going to go to the lengths of figuring that out while we're recording. But let's see what E has to offer here. Now that is a Jim Beam nose if I've ever had one.
Yeah.
Oaky, peanut, caramel.
Yeah, this is the deepest nose
Cinnamon.
we've had.
Yeah.
It just knocked D out of being the best nose for me.
Yeah, D was best nose, worst palate. Ooh, wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, at first I thought it went down wrong. Now I thought, whoa, there's some proof on there.
Yeah, that just took first place.
Yep.
Wow. Proofy, super thick.
spice.
Man, that oak is sweet.
Yep.
Peppery. Caramel.
Yeah, that's good.
That's a very good one.
That
is very good.
Luckily, all of you can actually see the bottles get superimposed on the screen.
Yeah, so you know what's what.
We don't.
We're trying to figure it out.
We know it's these 6, but
yeah, we're just trying to figure it out.
And honestly, by the time these air, I've forgotten what they are, and so I like seeing the bottles. This has got a good nose.
This is pretty interesting.
This is a little more complex.
Yeah, this has got a lot of sweetness.
But both of the wine bottle style are much more complex, I think, than the other ones are. They're just more basic, in-your-face bourbons.
What is that spice? Is that clove?
I don't know.
There's some cinnamon.
Could be. See how it drinks. How about that? Drinks like bourbon.
The least spicy thing on the table.
Yeah, and I would say this one doesn't have a ton of age on it. Oh, I don't know. There's some spice coming in now.
There's a little bit on the finish. Not a ton of sweetness on the palate.
I don't know. What I'm getting is a little further back on the palate. Like this is a really sweet oak for me on this one.
This one's tricky. I don't know what to do with it. Incredibly similar all the way around. And to be honest, I am not confident that I could pick out a single one of these. All right, guys. Well, we are going to put a drop of water in each and every single one of these.
And go back through them.
And we'll come back to you with the final results.
Here we go.
One eternity later.
Wow.
That was hard.
Yes, it was.
That was a lot harder than the Wild Turkey
and
one.
you know what, though? These should be hard.
Yeah.
You're looking at the top distilleries in the world.
Yeah, in the
from
world.
a bourbon standpoint.
In the world.
And their top offerings,
Mm-hmm.
at least for us.
For us, yeah.
Right? And having tasted some of the others, you might think like Legends and different stuff from Beam. I would still say for me, these would be better than that.
Yeah.
So
now, if we could include the Booker's Rye, that might take the cake. But
it might.
But we're not including that because it's so niche.
Yeah.
And it's from
Well,
2016.
and you know what? We can pick a 2015 01, Booker's, Country Ham and say, I'm not sure that's what that one is. But anyway, because I do like me some Country Ham. I'm a little hungry.
I am too.
Yeah. I did lay some bacon out.
Hmm.
Some homemade bacon.
There we go. Might be what we're doing.
Yeah, sandwich would be good right now. Anyway, back to topic.
Back to the bourbon.
Although, here's a good question. Do you like bacon?
I don't think there's a single person on planet Earth.
If you like bacon, just reply with a yes or a thumbs up or a smiley
the
face.
bacon emoji.
There's one.
Yeah.
I gotta look that up. I'm gonna use that all the time.
All right, guys. Order is set. This took some deliberation, some going back and forth between glasses, which normally we can kind of go through it that second time and be like, yep, that one's there, that one's here. This one was, okay, do we need to try F against A? We need to do B against A, then B against E and E against A, back and forth to try and figure out what won.
I'm just thinking, the next time that I make bacon, I'm going to do one and I'm going to put bourbon in the brine.
Pretty good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Right,
somebody help me out with what bourbon to use.
Ooh. Jack Daniel's single barrel proof.
Ooh, that could be good. Or a rye. Maybe I could do two.
Rye.
I could do two.
Yeah, one rye, one bourbon.
Rye, one rye. We'll have rye bacon and bourbon bacon.
There you go.
All right.
Alrighty.
All right, I'm ready now. Let's go.
Okay. So in last place, 6th place, we have D.
Okay.
This one.
And actually, we are in agreement.
Yeah, we agree 100% on all of these. D, the nose was fantastic. Super vanilla forward. The palate just was thin and didn't follow through and really faded fast. A little disappointed in the palate compared to the nose.
Yeah.
Fifth place was C.
Yeah, and that one came through a little sweeter, a little younger for me on mine.
For me, it was just a little less. It was a lower proof, I believed. So I thought that maybe didn't hold the flavor as well as one of the higher proof offerings.
And honestly, though, when I, first pass versus second pass for me, so D, was last, but it was in fourth place on first pass.
Yeah.
And then C was in, actually was in sixth place, got one better. It went to fifth place. So, it just shows that you can't go by first sip.
Yeah, you really got to give it time.
Got to get into it. And these are first pours of the day for us.
Mm-hmm.
It is 10 o'clock in the morning Eastern time on June 1st at the time we're recording this. So, hey, if you're going to drink all day, you got to start early.
Amen. F was in fourth place.
Yes.
This one, was it second place to start?
It was third place for me to start. And I had it as being the best melded of the bunch.
Yeah, this one, I was torn on. So the proof point has a lot to do with these because 16 years, 18 years, 13 years, 11 years, blend. Of 8 is the youngest in this. And I don't remember the youngest in this. It might have been 9 or 10 years old. So the proof point has a lot to do with these ones.
Yeah, for me, F I think was melted, but it was tannic.
Yeah, it was a little tannic, which made me think maybe it was the Knob Creek 18.
Yeah, maybe.
It did have a lot of nice caramel sweetness, which we do get on it.
Mm-hmm.
It just didn't follow through. That tannic finish really dropped off a cliff a little bit. So
yeah, when we went through it the first time, I thought Little Book. That's what I thought on it. But okay, so that was
fourth.
So now for third, A.
Yep, and this was a close race between A, B, and E.
That actually moved up quite a bit for me because it was in fifth in the first round.
I left it middle of the road because it was the first pour of the day, and I just didn't pick up much on it. But second time around, very nice.
Oh yeah, it got considerably better.
And then we had to go back and forth between A and B, and then B and E.
Yeah.
So E took second place. That was our first place the first time around
through. Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you what, B came through with some fruit sweetness, some thick caramel, and a nice bit of spice and oak on the finish, and it just barely edged out E.
It did, and for me, it was in first place on the first round. I'm sorry, that would be wrong. It was in second place on the first round, and it was in first place on the second round. So it was always, in the running there. So how embarrassed are we going to be?
All right, Dad, let's go ahead and pull the bottles off.
We each get 3, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So sixth place.
In last place, sixth place.
It was D.
Knob Creek 18.
I'm not surprised.
I'm not terribly surprised either.
And this is another reason, and Josh and I have talked about this, the Knob Creek 21's coming out.
Not something we're going to rush out and try and find.
No, this is a buy it in a bar.
Yeah, it'll be try and get a pour and see what we think.
Trade a sample with somebody, do something like that.
Yeah.
Once we get our Discord going, we'll do some things.
Things. In fifth place was C, and that is Hardin's Creek Golden Origins.
Okay.
Not terribly surprised to see this one at the other end. A little surprised it wasn't last, to be honest. But the Knob Creek 18 is fairly tannic.
Yeah. And my notes on that were sweeter and younger. Now, sweeter makes sense because it's corn. I was wrong on the younger because it's 11 years old.
I have to do it like this so we can fit all the bottles in order.
Yeah. We'll put first and second out in front.
Good idea. Okay. In fourth place, we had F, and that is the Old Granddad 16 year, which is a fitting place for it, just being 101 proof. Doesn't come in with the intensity of flavor. 100 proof, sorry.
100 proof. I was going to say
100 proof.
Need a change in the bottom. I'm checking.
Just didn't come through with the intensity of flavor that the last 3 did.
Yeah.
So
it has gotten better every time I've tried it, though. I have to say that. It is dark, though. Man, how dark that is.
And in third place is the Baker's 13.
Okay. Make sure I've got it turned the right way.
You got it here. Let's just slide all these down and back a little bit if we're going to put the first and second out. And to see these 2 bottles left on either side of us as first and second makes me feel good.
It does, yeah.
Would you like to guess which one was first and which one was second?
All right, let's see.
So E is second, B is first.
I'm going to say that E is Little Book.
Ding, ding, ding.
So that means first place is 2024 The Reserves.
One of the best products I think Jim Beam has put out in a long time.
Yeah, it was in our top bourbons of the year.
Yeah,
for sure.
I don't think it made the
year.
final 5.
Yeah, but it was in the in run.
It was incredible.
So
there you have it, guys. So for Wild Turkey, it's the and for Jim Beam, it's the 2024.
You shouldn't give it away.
Reserves.
You should make them watch the video to find out.
Sorry, everyone. I didn't mean to spoil it for you.
We'll just block that out. We'll go beep. Yeah.
Go back and watch the Wild Turkey video, please.
There you go.
But thank you so much for hanging out here with us today.
Absolutely. And outstanding bourbon. There is nothing wrong with any of these. Mm-hmm. But when you rank 6, somebody's got to be 6th and somebody's got to be 1st.
Amen.
And somebody's got to be 3rd.
And 4th and 5th and 2nd. That's all the places. We listed them.
But anyway, our videos are getting better with time.
And as always, take care of yourselves.